That's how big a deal your memories are. They are your primary programming for everything you do. Hey, think about it. You take away LeBron James's memories, he can't dribble a basketball as good as a 10-year-old.
Hey everybody, Dr. Josh Axe here. Welcome to the Dr. Axe Show. Today I have a guest with me that actually lives very close to me here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Alex's Lloyd, and Alex is a best-selling author of a lot of great books, including The Healing Code and Healing Codes, which is one of my favorite books out there. The Healing Code was an amazing book that I know that I read and I applied it and actually saw some changes in my health, which I thought was great. He has a new book out as well, which we're going to talk about. But we're going to talk about, during this episode, your memory. We're going to talk about how to heal using spiritual and mental techniques and lots of other things. But I'm excited to have him here as a guest today. Alex, hey, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Josh. I'm honored to be here. I've known you quite a while. I knew you when nobody had heard of Josh, and now everybody's heard of Josh.
Yeah, I know. I was really fortunate early on to meet you and get some good advice. I know I've been out to your house in Leapers Fork. Maybe you have a Franklin address, actually, but here in Tennessee. But we were introduced through Jordan Rubin, and I know you've been a friend for years here. And man, I'm excited to talk about re-engineering our brain and our memories today. And that's one of the things I always appreciate about you is you have such a unique perspective on healing, because a lot of times, you know, we focus on food and nutrition, which is so key to healing, but there are so many other areas that are critical to healing. And I would say, hey, if 50% of things are nutrition, or hey, maybe it's 40, maybe it's 30, but the other half of the equation to me is our spiritual and our mental state. So can you talk a little bit about the results you've seen with people and how important is our mental and spiritual health when it comes to healing conditions of all kinds, from autoimmune disease to cancer and everything else?
Yeah, I'll try to do that, Josh. It started with me about your age. I was 27 years old.
I'm 38 now, but that's okay. I'm
really?
glad. Hey, if I looked that young, that's great. So
good. Nice. You threw me off. 30.
All right. Well, let's keep going. Sorry about that.
Anyway, I was 27 and had just gotten married, looking at my life and so excited about it. And then all of a sudden, everything is horrible. And I mean, every day is like, just get through the day. And after visiting the third doctor, we found out that my wife was severely depressed, clinically depressed. And she was for the first 12 years of our marriage. And we almost got divorced, but thank God we didn't, got back together. We've been married 33 years now. But that started me down a path. And that was to try to become an expert in depression, not as a career move, but to try to help my wife. Because I remember the doctor saying, you know, this is the big bad bear of depression. It's major general depression. She'll have it till the day she dies. There's nothing she can do about it, but we can manage it with medications. That was supposed to be the good news, Josh. Well, she tried that. I mean, she tried medication after medication. Her symptoms were always worse than the benefit that she got. And about 6 years into that search, I read an ancient manuscript by a guy named Solomon who said, guard your heart above everything else, for from it flows all the issues of life. And a lot of people consider him the wisest man that ever lived. And so I asked three scholars in that language that he spoke, which was not English, what Solomon says here. Would that include cancer? Would that include depression? Would that include acid reflux, which I had at the time? Would that include your career and job? All three of them came back independently and said, based on what he said, the way he said it, in the language he said it, Solomon is saying any problem you can have comes from here. And so if you flip it upside down, the way to heal at the source is to fix it here. So I took a turn in my search, Josh, to, okay, what in the world are the issues of the heart? And is there any way to fix them? And so that has what led me to kind of where I am now, 30 years later. But a few years later, I got a real gift when Southwestern University Medical School and Medical Center in Dallas, Texas, released a study that was headline news all over the world. It was reprinted here in Nashville the next day. And they've been trying to find what is the source of cancer? What is the source of diabetes? What is the source of ALS? Because if the doctor tells you you have those, and then you say, well, how did I get it? My twin brother doesn't have it. The answer is we don't know. So they're trying to figure out where it's coming from, and they found it. And that's the headline news. We finally found the source of all these health problems. And they said, we're naming it cellular memories. But just delete the word cellular. It's your memories. If you've got a memory with anger or unforgiveness or low self-worth or I can't do it, or even though Josh's diet is perfect, it's not going to work for me, or a whole bunch of other things like that, it puts you into internal stress mode and sabotages your results. So I started looking for a solution to that.
Wow, I love that. I mean, what a powerful story. And going back, looking at ancient wisdom as the root, which of course I love. I love ancient principles, whether it be Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, Middle Eastern medicine, and some of what you're referring to, I think is so powerful. And again, this is such a critical thing. I can just even tell you, I've worked with a lot of people with gut issues in the past, conditions like leaky gut, and what will cause an issue just as much as if somebody goes out and eats gluten or dairy, which will wreck their stomach, emotional stress and worry will wreck their digestive system equally or more than eating the food they shouldn't have eaten. So again, I know that we can all see this in our lives on a regular basis, how stress affects us. And you're not saying just stress. This is stress that we've actually literally had programmed into us, to where a lot of times people are reacting to things without even thinking about it. Maybe because of past experience, maybe their dad, had a really angry episode. So they learn to, when they do something wrong, to always have these feelings of shame and guilt, which then drive disease deeper into the body.